Just a few pieces of information to kick off day 2. I think we had an exciting day yesterday. Really pleased about how it went in the program. I'm also excited to have talked to a few of you, and one of the observations made was really interesting to see that we are really challenging, with some new thinking outside the box and new technologies. I think there is something automatically set here. Let's turn off the autoplay. You never know when you're making these slides. Let me figure out how to do that. Slideshow setup, presenter, cancel. Where is that? On mouse click, that's important. Apply to all. Anyway, my slide deck was almost done. But the fact that we're really getting together a conversation around new technologies, new challenges, different way of thinking about a problem that we're solving, because we still want to image the subsurface, we still want to image and understand our reservoirs, but the way we're going about it with sort of the convergence around HPC and the conversations around big data, data science, analytics, machine learning, deep learning is very useful. Did you just turn on your, Dave? Oh, okay, so then you have to be quiet. And of course, this was the image that I was talking about the last 2 years. I think there's a parachute. We're not free-falling, out of the industry. We had good attendance, and it was really which you already saw, of course, this slide here. And the numbers are pretty good. There's obviously going to be a few people wandering in today that wasn't here yesterday. But registrations, I don't know what the exact number is. It's a little bit down from last year. We have 411 people that was in the building yesterday. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for coming out. Give yourself a round of applause. So, this promises well coming out of the 2 years of basically steep price falling, and maybe now we're heading slowly out of the hole again. So the other thing that I worried about when I was creating this year's conference was, of course, that will this pie chart look like it's just a conversation amongst IT professionals? Because if I lose that oil and gas piece of the pie, then we have no purpose of having this meeting. So thank you to the oil and gas industry for recognizing that and coming out in force. As a matter of fact, I think this is the strongest show in terms of part of that representation. So, spring break, yes, that's a bad thing, because many of you working out there have kids, and this year Rice's spring break aligned with the school district's spring break here, so a lot of people left town. But there are new faces here that weren't here last year and have been in previous year. So we're actually bringing in some new people, and that's very, very exciting. Oops, that's the wrong way. I have to go down. This is based on you as a registered person classifying yourself in what role you have within your company. So we're also getting very solid, in terms of who you are, your executives, your approver, decision maker, whatnot. But we have a fairly broad set of stakeholders, players in the field. And so that again, it's an evidence that we're bringing together the right community to have conversations about the topic. And you are meeting here the people and the who's who of the industry. They're from all over the world, I think our furthest away is our opening keynote today, so that's the one dot down here. So we'll see that. We're very excited about that. As always, Houston and Texas is always the strongest represented. That's why we're in oil and gas and HPC. So if I look at that, this is on a logarithmic scale. So the red bar here is pretty far off the chart. California, yep, there's some companies out there, but the red graph is sort of off the chart. So it's always interesting to see. And then, and here's just viewed differently, So from Texas, we are about 3/4 of the attendance. Let me see, well, I've already been there. Again, I want to thank our fellowship sponsors. As I said, BP, Cray, Shell, ExxonMobil, and Schlumberger all directly sponsor named fellowships at Rice. The Oil and Gas Conference itself is able to sponsor a fairly large number of fellowships. And if I look at that, this is the history of how much funding we have actually used from these activities to put back into student support. And that helps drive the workforce development that you guys so much depend on. We're training people in the skills, in the talent, that you need, and so we're connecting on that. And over the years, I think we've basically helped bring to the university somewhere in order of $750,000, because of the activities we do together. So that's really a unique thing, and I think that sort of goes beyond just being here, having conversations about the technology. Couple of announcements. The EAEG has a similar workshop. They're hosting their third one coming this fall in Athens, yes. And I think we will have a couple of warm words from our keynote, but just want to give you a heads up of that. There's an opportunity for that. Call for abstracts will be due in about 2 weeks, so get your pencils ready and write some papers and submit. And then, of course, a year from now, we will reconvene here and hopefully have an even stronger showing and new interesting technologies. And with that, silence your cell phones. That's a perfect time for that, and it's a reminder to myself to do that.